to get your. God damn it! Yeah, I always fuck that. Welcome to Get Your Bell Rung Pro Wrestling Podcast. I still have the other name stuck in my head for some reason. I am your host, KG Landry. With me, I have the superficial one, the cooker, the Hall of Famer, the best goddamn punch in the business, Bob Cook. I have the best damn ref in the indie scene, John Strong. And I just have Mark, who's a Mark. What's up, guys?
Not a whole lot.
What's going on?
Hey, so to the viewers, man, I just finished doing one hell of an interview with Ronnie Gossett. Man, he is one hell of a person. He has had such a great career. He is a promoter of UCW, worked with the who's who in professional wrestling, so check that out. Tonight, we're going to be doing the recap of Monday Night Raw. What do you guys think about the show?
Average.
The summer of wrestling continues, and that's all it is.
Well, you know, I would say that I thought the beginning was amazing because it was like a 20-plus minute promo where the guys came out and then they set up a match for later in the show, and it never happened before.
I honestly didn't think it was horrible. It was decent.
Boring.
You know, there was a couple of matches that we'll get into that I just kind of shook my head at.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the opening segment.
Yeah, you know, the opening segment would have been fine if they cut off about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
You know what I think?
Maybe even 15 minutes.
You know what the reality is? We sit and we watch it, but we don't know the dynamics of what goes on. Like, do actual wrestling fans on a larger scale appreciate those talking segments because they've been going on for decades? As far as we know, they like that.
Right.
You know, because they have all the logistics and whatever they call that stuff. You know.
Right.
To tell you what segment has how many viewers and stuff.
Right. And the fact of the matter is, and I can only speak for myself, I watch professional wrestling so much differently now that I've been doing this podcast for, be a year in October. I'm watching it to remember so I can have something to talk about on the podcast, and as well as in a matter of critiquing it in a way. So I feel like I'm not watching it as a fan anymore. So I don't know if that skews our perception of it or not.
No, I think it does.
A little bit. I think I don't want to disrespectfully speak for Bob, but when you're in the business, you watch it different. For me personally, I do kind of turn that switch on to stay a fan, so I am entertained most of the time. That doesn't mean the whole show's good, but it's like I might find something funny or kind of catchy that nobody else did. And, Bob might see something different where he's watching the wrestlers or watching the women wrestlers, something he didn't like about that match. Or Mark might see something as a fan that he doesn't like as a fan. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it does. It's just a matter of how you watch it yourself.
Yeah. Yep.
I try to watch it as a fan for the most part. This times I'm moody, and I watch it like, not this crap again. Like when Brock Lesnar came back at SummerSlam, I was like, holy shit! I couldn't believe that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
So you were excited about Brock coming back?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think you got
I think
excited.
everybody was.
Yeah, the show was about however many thousands of people live.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what happened to K9. I'm trying to get him back in. But let's get started.
All right. So we started with a recap of last week's main event, which was Seth versus LA Gunn, or LA Knight, LA Gunn. Sorry.
LA Gunn, what's that?
New Bullet Club member.
Music you listening to.
Anyways, then we got Punk come to the ring. He's basically saying he's gunning for Seth. No big news there. LA Knight comes to the ring, complaining that he cost CM Punk cost him the match last week. CM Punk said he saved him. It got into who's in first place for Seth's title. It ended up being LA Knight saying, "I'm first, get in line." But when I win the title, you can be my first title defense against.
You never forget your first,
Yeah. So then
Yeah,
Paul Heyman comes
Successful
out.
title defense.
It was her birthday a couple of days ago, actually. Oh, never mind. Something else.
Yeah, like I said, the segment would have been fine if they cut it 10 minutes off, you know.
Well, I'll get down to he said, she said bullshit.
Right.
You know. All right. So then Heyman comes out with Braun and Bronson. And then Pierce came out, didn't he? And then made a match with a tag team with Punk and LA Knight against Bronson and Braun.
Yep.
All right. So then that's the main event tonight was Bronson and Braun
Right.
versus Punk and LA Knight. And there was a question whether LA Knight and CM Punk could coexist.
Right now.
So next we go to a Judgment Day in their clubhouse or whatever you want to call it. Dom brings in Grande Americano. Finn objects at first, and then he accepts after Dom explains why he brought him in. So then we go to a match with AJ and Dragon Lee versus Dom and Americano.
Yeah, this was a decent match. I tell you, I personally think that Dom looks really good with that mask on.
But did you notice something?
Are you calling him ugly?
Did you notice all those "We Want Cross" chants that didn't exist?
That's because they were in Canada. Don't be jumping on the sides of the IWC fucking fans. Canada doesn't. You're right, there wasn't, but it's because they were in Canada. I'd be willing to guarantee you. I'd be willing to bet any amount of money that when they're back in the States, we're going to hear those chants.
We want a 40-year-old with long hair, tattoo, and a beard. We want a 40-year-old with long hoot. For God's sake, they all got that. Cookie cutter generic bullshit's what it is. Go cry a river with Bret Hart. But if Scarlett wants a shoulder to cry on, I got two.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know. I think that's why you really don't like Karrion Kross is because of his fight.
He's got
a great Jesse Ventura imitation. I mean, he does a great Jesse Ventura. Have you ever heard him do that?
Yeah, I have. I actually like Karrion Kross. And I personally think that this is just part of a storyline. I don't think that they're really leaving WWE. I think this is just part of a storyline.
Really?
Yeah, but what's the upside to it? They come back. Oh, another exciting match with Sami Zayn and whoever else. Oh boy, can hardly wait.
It could be actually to come back. As his original character that he did.
Let me ask you a serious question.
Sure.
Everybody ponder this question and come up with your own answer because obviously it's directed at each of you. Can you honestly remember any match that this Karrion Kross had that you can go back and say, my God, I want to watch that again? No. I don't even like Bret Hart, but I could go back and say, I want to watch Bret Hart against Owen again. I want to watch Bret Hart against Steve Austin again. I want to watch this. I want to watch that. But I can't think of one match that I could go back and say, I got to watch that match again. And that is the gist of everything.
That's because of booking. They've already.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's your job. It's your job when the bell rings to produce.
I get that. I'm saying he's not wrestled that many matches. They've not used him that much. I mean,
probably because the matches he did wrestle, they went, well.
I got an answer for you, Bob, and this is probably this is taking your side though. You know what I remember Karrion Kross for? The Adam Cole promo where he got buried on NXT. His career in WWE was shit ever since then.
I don't remember that at all.
So Adam Cole tells him, you got the fancy entrance and you got the nice looking girls, and the crowd goes nuts for all of that. The only thing they do for me is ring the bell, and it's literally like it just sunk in. But it's like the crowd just took that, and I'm literally you could feel the air come out of Karrion Kross, whether he was in on the promo or not. It's just like when Adam Cole said that, it was like, fuck, he's right.
I don't know.
Reality.
I like Karrion Kross. Mark, where are you at with this?
It's not so much about his wrestling ability; it's about his psychosis in the ring. I guess. I enjoy his head games.
Right.
So I mean, to me, he's more than two dimensional as far as being in the ring. Yeah, he's average in the ring, maybe slightly above average, but the way he approaches his matches, yeah, he's along the lines of Bray Wyatt. He's along the lines of Jake the Snake. He's methodical. And that's what I appreciate. It's not so much the match; it's what leads to the match.
I could say something, but it'd be inappropriate, and I'm not known for that.
Well, look, if you guys are being honest, look how many legends that we have that was just average when it came to their wrestling ability, but it was their whole aura and the psychology of it. I mean, Undertaker, you could be put in there. He wasn't great in the ring, but he told a great story. He knew how to tell a story in the ring. But I wouldn't say he was a great wrestler by any means. And there's quite a few that you can say that, their psychology was great. Their aura was great. They had that charisma that got fans into them, but they were just average in the ring. You tell me, honestly, that the Undertaker was this amazing wrestler as far as just wrestling techniques.
I don't know. You ever see his matches with Triple H and Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels? Those are freaking amazing matches, and that's not a one-man show.
I have
Kurt Angle.
And
Undertaker had an awesome punch too.
I'm sorry, guys. I wouldn't say that their ring ability was absolutely phenomenal. It blew me away. The story.
Well, maybe you're talking about Undertaker in the early days, where his gimmick was to limit what he did.
The difference is the story that they were able to tell while in the ring.
But if that's your argument, Karrion Kross falls way short on that too.
But how do we really know this if they haven't really given him the opportunity by featuring him in ring action? They really haven't. We don't.
It's really a hunch. It's a hunch.
So I mean, you gotta, and I guess this is from my side of it. I'm kind of with Bob. I'm not like saying he's terrible or anything. I'm kind of with Bob though. It's like watching him in NXT, and he had great matches, but it wasn't like memorable. They made him look great, and It is a 2-person or multi-person. I think he had a gauntlet match where he beat everybody or something like that. He's had plenty of good matches in NXT, and everybody likes that. He didn't do it when he got to the main roster, and it's too little, too late. And at the same time, it's like, if what he said is true, he's trying to build a character, and they're also telling him. I think he may have taken the ignoring the fans thing the wrong way. It's like, if you're going to play a heel, you can't be the guy, cheering, taking on the fan cheers and stuff like that. It's like, if you watch some of the matches he had on main event, he's damn near a babyface, and he's supposed to be the bad guy in the match, like with Dragon Lee or whoever from LWO that they put him up against in the few matches he had on main event. Like, he's egging on the crowd. He's supposed to be the villain. He's appreciating the chance when he's supposed to be the devil, the bad guy to Sami Zayn. Like, that's not doing much for your character. It's a mixed signal thing, mixed conflict. He wants to be over with the fans, but he wants to get his character over. And he's not that super impressive wrestler either. He never was, because I knew who he was in Impact, but he wasn't like, I don't remember him being a top guy or anything like that. Triple H made him something in NXT. Vince McMahon obviously didn't see it, or he saw it and he saw it differently than what Karrion Kross wanted to do. And fast forward to now, I thought Triple H was big on Karrion Kross, but I guess not. So there's got to be a reason.
Yeah. Well, we don't know that, but again, I still think it's part of a storyline.
I don't see that because they just did that with R-Truth. Why repeat it so quick?
And how'd that work out for R-Truth? You got a new job.
Right.
Oh boy.
He was hot for 3 weeks and then he's back to nothing.
But he's getting a paycheck. That's all that matters.
Right. But he's getting a paycheck.
Again, with Karrion Kross, though, they could be redoing his character and him coming back with a fresh character or something that he was doing before. I think, wasn't he Killer Kross or something like that?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, it's Killer Kross.
Right. So, I don't know.
I hope you're right, because I think there's more to him than what they're showing.
Right.
I believe some of that, though. But they also just released, him and Scarlett released new shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees, so I don't know how true that is. Maybe it's one of those things where they get the crowd to play into it. But R-Truth, they had no intention of writing him into a story. So it's like they brought him back. He's hunting John Cena. He should, that video I sent to the group chat we had. I mean, he should literally still be chasing John Cena. The first time they have an interaction with each other on SmackDown, it's back to old John Cena and old R-Truth. We did all of this for nothing. Like they didn't use him for anything after they turned him into a more serious Ron Killing.
Right.
So Karrion Kross didn't even get that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we end up with a match with Dom donning a mask and loading the mask and helping Americano win.
Not to go back to Karrion Kross, but I could guarantee you if he comes back with Scarlett, it's not going to make one more person buy the new ESPN $29.99 a month to watch him on pay-per-view if he was fortunate enough to even get on a show.
All right, get in.
Yeah. Mark's dogs are getting crazy. So on the tag team match, it was a fun match. I'm glad they didn't overdo the other Grandes. They just focused on AAA so they could put over Grande and Dominic. So right. I mean, that was that. So I'm not too mad with AJ taking the pin on that because I mean the Dom was the more important character there, and Grande is as well with Saturday's AAA event coming up. So. But I guess AJ decided to take the pin instead of Dragon Lee, which was cool. That right. You know, I'm happy Dragon Lee's getting more TV time because they built him up and then they stopped using him, and you know now he's starting to get back on.
They built him up hard. Then Penta showed up and Dragon Lee. Who? What?
Right.
Yeah. I mean that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. I mean, if they wouldn't have put Ray Phoenix with Andrade, the same thing would have happened. He'd have just been on the show, and they still would have just been worried about Penta on both shows.
Right.
Pretty much. Yep.
All right, so next we go to Sammy and Adam Pearce. Sammy wants the title match in Paris. He gets Rusev instead tonight, or last night. Sheamus shows up. Pearce says, hey, we can't have a repeat of last week. Sammy asks for no interference in his match against Rusev. Sheamus agrees, but says, well, after the match, he's all mine, pretty much.
I'll be honest with you. I know I've been bitching about seeing so much of Sami Zayn lately, but something was different last night. I was actually getting behind Sami Zayn last night during this match.
That's the pain meds you're taking.
You know, no.
He's got pain meds?
No, it's not.
I got an address.
There was just something different about Sami Zayn last night. I don't know if it's because he was back home in Canada and there was just a little bit more fire under his ass. But I did not mind this match, nor did I mind seeing Sami Zayn. I was hoping he'd beat Andrade. Not Andrade.
Rusev.
God, you're not even close on body shapes and sizes.
Yeah. I thought
or nationality, for that matter.
Again, I was really hoping that he would beat Rusev. I did not know that the times that they've met before, that Rusev has never beat Sami Zayn. So this was the first time.
I didn't either, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I forgot they wrestled.
On a side note, what happened to Al?
I don't know. I just sent him a message, asked him if he's going to come back, and I haven't got anything back from him yet.
All right. So, let's see. Oh, next we go to Io Sky and Pierce. Her match with Naomi was canceled because Naomi's not medically cleared. I didn't hear anything about Naomi not being.
I wrote something about this on social media. They're saying that she has a legitimate injury, but I just don't know right now. I mean, the way Triple H has been swerving people, regardless if it's been we didn't give them new contracts or they're injured, I don't know. And Bob and George, this is actually a question specifically for you two. Do you think that using injuries as part of a storyline, the way they're doing it, it's something that's, I guess, a good idea because it gets to the point where you really don't know if they're injured or not? I mean, it's kind of like referees starting to use the X sign, you know, that used to only be used if people were hurt. Now they're doing it for kayfabe. I mean, how do you guys feel about this?
Go ahead, Bob. You first.
Well, I have no real thoughts. I don't care.
What else is new? You guys hear me?
We're trying to get into a good conversation in this fucking
Hey,
podcast.
well, hey, anything to keep Naomi off TV.
Oh,
Whatever.
come on.
And I don't hope her to be hurt. I don't want anybody to really be hurt. But if she's not on TV, hey, I'm fine with it.
George, before you
Put
answer
Jade
the question,
Cargill in her place.
So before you answer, guys, K9 Cole has joined us. Are you with us, K9?
Can you hear me?
Absolutely, my friend.
I don't know what the hell's going on my computer. I lost my email. I lost my Facebook messages.
The
Russians.
You might have a virus. Pornhub is known for getting viruses on your computer.
I do have the sniffles.
It's Bob's fault.
He was trying to see if Scarlett's OnlyFans
Well,
was back
I
up
do
yet.
I do live in Florida.
Trying to see if Scarlett, trying to find that Scarlett OnlyFans. It's not open yet, man. She hadn't gotten back to it yet.
Oh, it's coming. Trust me.
It's coming.
You know what? I am in the works of sending Pornhub a fucking email asking if they want to be partners with Get Your Bell Rung. See if they'll be
Couldn't hurt.
Sponsor is a sponsor is a sponsor.
And this segment's brought to you by Superman. It's still in theaters.
For every potential viewer you would drive away, more would come.
Oh God, yes.
That's a play on words, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say ain't that Pornhub's motto? Yeah, I'm here.
Back to my question, man.
So no, I mean that's modern day kayfabe, man. It's like people want to know so much, and we have so much information at the tip of our fingers with a phone, a tablet, a computer, whatever. I mean, unfortunately you have to stoop to that level, and it's not even a stoop; it's a show.
Right.
So why not? Like, you don't need to know if the person's actually hurt unless they tell you on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. I'm okay with it. Like I said, you asked me a question about the X before. I was like, in the indies, you kind of can't do that because, like, we don't have like a million doctors backstage checking on everybody to see if they're all right. Like, we got, one shot and, you get hurt. You're not working for weeks.
You guys have doctors. You guys have vets on the indie scene because you can't afford doctors.
Exactly. It's like Louisiana has changed a little bit. We had to have like EMS at least on site. Right. So some of the shows have changed where you don't have to do that. But in the instance of a TV show like that, yeah, if she's really hurt, you can say, hey, she's not cleared to wrestle. You don't have to tell people she's actually hurt. You don't have to tell people, if she's fake hurt. Like, it's seriously that deep. And like you said, Triple H is. And that's why I said I made the comment or the remark about Big E. It's like Big E's been cleared to wrestle. They've already said that. Right. They don't want to chance it because it's a neck injury, just like they did with Steve Austin and Edge. It's just different technology now. And look at Edge and Steve Austin still wrestled. Edge is in AEW and Steve Austin wrestled one more match at WrestleMania. So even neck injuries, they're serious. But it's like if you can go for one match, you can get it. But it's like with Naomi, it's like if that builds up the anticipation for her versus Stephanie McClure or whoever she's going to defend the belt before the pay-per-view, then use it.
Right.
Wrestling fans are weird. They want to be fooled, but then they get pissed off when they actually are. Remember a few years ago when the Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair thing, everybody thought they were really against each other. They really hated each other. And they had that match, I think, at WrestleMania, and they thought, oh, man, they're really going to go at it. Then after the match, they posted that picture of them two in the dressing room laughing. And everybody went, oh, shit, we were worked. God damn it, I can't believe it. They get pissed off when they're worked, but they want to be worked. It's bizarre.
Yep.
Yeah.
K9.
You.
I want to bring something back that we were talking about after you dropped. And that's Karrion Kross. How do you feel about Karrion Kross?
I have no feelings either way.
Perfect. That's a true Floridian there, that guy.
God damn, man.
You guys don't care about shit down in Florida.
That's true.
Why should we?
We don't even care that there's a hurricane coming. That's how much we don't care.
As long as you got your Mountain Dew, you're fine.
True.
Our care is sweated out every day.
Yeah. All right, Mark.
All right, so anyways, Io's not getting her match tonight. Raquel and Perez walk in on her, and Io says, well, I'm here to fight, so I'll take Perez. So there's a match later on tonight.
I like that one.
Yeah, it was a decent match.
There's some good moves in that match.
Yeah.
So next we go to Sammy versus Rusev. Corey states that Sammy's deceptively strong, but he couldn't lift Rusev.
Well, nobody
but
could really.
the majority of the match, Sami Zayn was kicking the shit out of Rusev.
Well, he was in Canada.
So right. I thought he was going to get it, but Rusev ends up winning that match.
You know who Rusev reminds me of? Do you ever hear of the Canadian freight train Joe LeDuc?
Oh yeah.
The only thing he's missing is the gig marks on the head. He reminds me of him, just the look, not the style, because Joe LeDuc was actually a good heel.
But, and he was a good wrestler too.
A great heel.
What I think the highlight of this match is what happened after the match with Sheamus coming in, and it turns into a brawl between Sheamus and Rusev. I'm not a big Sheamus fan. He bores me a little bit, but the brawl aspect of this feud has been really, really good. It makes me want to watch this match that's going to happen between them. Although I know what's going to happen, it's going to probably be a snooze fest. K9, what do you think about the brawl after the match, and what are your thoughts on this feud between Rusev and Sheamus?
The brawl was pretty good. But the brawl between Rusev and Sheamus really meaningless. I mean, there's nothing there. There's just, as Cook would say, it's the drizzling shits.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
because the payoff isn't worth the payoff.
No, okay. I mean, it's like they're boring. Sheamus used to be really, really unboring. He used to be pretty, fun to watch. But
yeah, I was a Sheamus fan when he first got there, and he was booked kind of as a monster. He was John Cena couldn't beat him to save his life. I mean, he was just constantly beating the shit out of John Cena, and then somewheres along the way, the Mohawk happened, and it just, I don't know. Mark, what do you think about the brawl, and does this make you somewhat interested in seeing these two in the ring again?
Anytime they go outside the ring and just beat the piss out of each other, I enjoy it. Inside the ring, yeah, it's kind of a snooze fest. But whenever they take the handcuffs off or whatnot, and they start going at each other with no fear of consequences, it's actually entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's almost like a throwback to Sheamus back in the day was almost a throwback to like a Road Warrior type character, where he was that unbeatable beast, but yeah, I think the Mohawk really turned a lot of people away, to be honest. I think at this point he's better off just teaching younger talent what to do and how to do it.
Yeah. Hey, Cook, I'm going to you next, but while I'm thinking about it, those of you who I don't care what you believe in, but our other guy that's on the podcast, Kurt, he could use positive vibes, prayers, whatever they may be that you believe in. He is in the hospital. He's not doing well. So he can really use some great positive vibes being sent his way right now. Bob, going to you, do you give a fuck about this feud in any way at all?
No, the only good part about it is that eventually it will end.
Yeah, I
just
really
not soon enough. They keep rehashing everything week after week after week. Oh my god.
Well, part of it, do you think that part of it is they just don't know what the fuck to do with Sheamus or Rusev right now, with the exception of having those two fight one another?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Mark, your thoughts?
It's the same thing, I don't think they have any idea what to do with Rusev or Sheamus. I think with Rusev, they just want to get him out of AEW just to take away that potential body that AEW could use, but didn't use for like 8 months. So I think a lot of times WWE is just re-signing people just to get them away from AEW. just on the small chance that AEW might pull their head out of their ass and utilize somebody in a correct manner and pull some ratings.
Right, right. Speaking of, and people pay attention to this first word. Rumors. I've not been able to verify this as of yet, but there are rumors out there that I think it's September 26th. WCW is planning on having some type of a pay-per-view that's going to be directly going head-to-head with an AEW pay-per-view. There's a lot of talk about that right now. Again, I have not been able to confirm that, but it is interesting because Triple H has said over and over again they don't look at AEW as competition. But as you said, Mark, it seems like they take people just to take them away from AEW. K9, Bob, George, and then Mark. Do you guys believe that Triple H and TKO don't consider AEW competition?
Well, actually, they do if they're doing what they're doing because they're scared. They're scared of the competition. You know, that's why you're thinking they pulled Rusev back because of that. Well, that would make them scared of the competition. But going back to what Mark says too, and back just a couple of things is to end this Rusev Sheamus thing, do a falls count anywhere match and end it and be done.
Yes. And do it off TV.
Yeah, a house show. Yep, that's it. A house show.
Just give us the recap.
Well, they can have that one of the pre-matches before their next pay-per-view, their next PLE.
Let us read about it in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, which I never read, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Do they even
Bob,
have those anymore?
Do you believe the shit of Triple H is saying that they don't consider AEW competition at all?
No, not for a second. I think it's ridiculous to book shows against each other to spite one another, whatever the reasons are, because you're taking away the audience. You're dividing the audience when you should want both audiences to appreciate both products. You shouldn't make them choose.
But you know what? You bring an interesting point. Are they really doing that? Because look, during the Monday Night Raw, yeah, we had access to VCRs, but it's not like today's technology that it really doesn't matter because I'll either watch WWE live, they go back to watch the AEW's pay-per-view, or vice versa. I mean, so can they really divide the crowd with today's technology?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, if it comes down to pay-per-views, yes, because you're talking about pay-per-view buy-in.
No, they can't because you got a streaming network showing a pay-per-view on one and you pay for the other one. They can divide it, but I mean, it's still going more towards what KG said. You can watch both at the same time if you wanted to, if you have enough TVs or computers or phones around. So are you really dividing it?
Yeah, but who wants to do that?
There's bars that show wrestling.
I can't pay attention to one show at once.
That's too much work.
Hey, look, I can't pay attention to Megan Bain's ass and pay attention to Tiffany Stratton's ass at the same time. It just can't be done.
Look, I get that point. That's a very valid point. But there's ways to get stuff on the internet without paying for it. So
really?
You don't have to. Absolutely.
Send me those links. I know there is, but I never looked into it.
There's absolutely a way. Like pirating is the thing. It's probably gonna happen worse when WWE moves to ESPN. But that's what I'm saying. Like you can watch all this stuff at the same time if you really wanted to. So the only thing you can't track is the ratings.
We talked about it earlier with the Pornhub sponsor.
Yeah.
That's like watching four females munching on each other. It's hard to see which one you want.
Well, now you make me think of that Tony Storm Mercedes Monet spot. Ooh, that was a good one. I'd have to practice that spot over and over because I'm a perfectionist,
Yeah, we can't have Pornhub as a sponsor. We can't have a Pornhub.
Way to spin it back to wrestling.
Well, it'd be a good pay-per-view. We call it Munchfest.
Ooh, I like it. 3-day affair.
We can't have Pornhub as a sponsor because Bob would have to watch 2 pay-per-views and Pornhub at the same time. He'd kill himself.
Look,
that'd be a problem.
I can just hear it now. And this episode is brought to you by 2 Chicks in a Cup.
Pornhub. Oh my God.
Is that like Dixie Cup?
I like it.
Absolutely not.
All All right. We get back to the brass
Yeah.
tack here or what?
Yeah.
All right. So during the match with Rusev and Sami Zayn, now we know WWE is not watching our podcast because we've already said take Sami Zayn off the TV. Yet they put him on SmackDown Friday.
He's in
Because
Canada.
apparently we can't get enough of Sami Zayn.
They were in his hometown for the whole weekend.
I don't care. They made Kurt
You
Hennig
can't
lose
help-
in Minnesota. I don't care. So, anyways, during the match, MTF comes out and interferes and starts beating on Sammy and causes DQ
MFT.
Rusev to win.
It's
Then-
MFT.
MFT.
Whatever.
MTF.
What's
Whatever.
it stand for?
My family tree.
Oh,
Oh man. It used to be just Tama Tonga that was called MFT, and now it's a group. So maybe it does stand for my family tree.
All
right.
Solo specifically said it did. The very first, they've only did the promo once where he named his group saying that my family tree. Then right after that, it's been all MFT.
Well,
Yeah.
for the record, that's a stupid thing.
Yeah.
My
that's
family
why,
tree.
that's why they don't say it. That's why they
Kidding.
stick with
That's why they
MFT.
don't. That's why they don't say it out loud.
What is this,
They
a
just say
kiddie show
MFT.
now?
Anyways, Pierce kicks out MFT. The New Day comes up complaining about Penta. How Penta almost took Xavier's head off with his sombrero.
Wait, what is it? His $30,000 hat or something like that? He
$12,000, I think it was, or some shit.
$30 at Walmart.
Oh, but the fact that Pierce called him a sombrero, I just died.
Yeah.
It seems
Yeah.
like something that Carlito would get in trouble for.
Right.
You
So,
remember,
anyways,
right?
Pierce is actually, you know what? I've enjoyed Pierce the last few weeks because he's getting to this no nonsense stage where, you know what? Fuck it, let's just do it.
Right.
You know, and I like this. And so because Xavier is complaining, he says, "Well, next week you get a match against Penta." Bam, see you, bye.
Yeah.
And he walked off.
Yeah, I really love how they show the backstage segment where, what's his name again? The manager.
Heyman?
Huh?
Paul Heyman?
Adam Pierce.
Adam Pierce. I like how Adam Pierce was on the phone with Nick, just cursing him out and yelling at him and shit.
Because the bloodline, yeah. The MFT was on the show. He's like, you got to keep your guys under control.
And then you hear one of the security guards where they're kicking him out. We're going to call the police. I was like,
Yeah, that's going to do something.
Yeah, the Royal Mountie is known for
right.
being tough.
Oh, man. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so next we go to a Bronson Reed vignette, and really I didn't get much out of it, to be honest.
No. He has a shoe fetish. He's going to be eventually be tagging with Tony Atlas, and they can walk on each other.
Only at the JCPenney department stores.
I mean, the fact that they're calling, what do they call him? The
tribal thief
Yeah, the tribal thief. Say, oh,
with the shoe fala.
yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's working. It's working. The IWC loves it. Keep it going. Just don't keep it going too long because then it gets
Do they?
stupid.
Do they love it?
That's where it came from. They didn't invent it. That's
okay.
why they stole it and put it on TV.
That should be a sign. If the IWC likes it, that means
Right.
they probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, but how many times have they said, "Hey, we're going to give you what you want"? So they can
Once.
steal from the IWC every now and then.
They said it once, and it never happened.
Exactly. So give them the stupid stuff that doesn't need to be glorified.
Yeah.
Just use it for a couple of weeks and see where it goes. I'm sure it's going to end up with Bronson getting beat up by Roman in a match. So
I just don't know why they just don't use Bronson. Just plain and simple, he's the monster of the freaking group. And leave it at that.
And here, I don't know why they
Does-
use Bronson at all.
I mean, he can cut a promo. He's not like other people that just get on the mic and it's like, why'd they let him talk? At least he can talk. So
Right. Yep.
You know, I can honestly say, though, he's one guy I would not like to piss off and meet in a dark alley.
But he's boring.
Right. K9, what do you think about Bronson Reed? Is this a guy you enjoy seeing on your TV?
As much as I like seeing Rusev.
Yes.
Now, Ron Breaker, that's another story. Him I
Right.
like. He's got a lot of potential, but this Bronson Reed, it reminds me of that one. I can't remember his name. The big guy, Tyrus.
Crusher
Oh,
Blackwell? Oh,
Ah.
wait, Crusher Blackwell.
Tyrus.
yeah.
I thought of Blackwell too at first.
Yeah.
Blackwell was great.
Yeah. No,
He could drop
Tyrus,
kick.
are you talking about Tyrus, the one that came out where the only got her?
Oh, he's
start,
horrible.
Luchasaurus or whatever.
Yeah,
No,
The Funkasaurus, yeah.
yeah. He said he was
Horrible.
Tyrus in TNA.
Yeah. Actually,
I
Cook.
don't put Bronson Reed that low.
So Bob brought the attention. So Bob brought a show to my attention that was called Corny Island. It's basically about NWA.
No, it's called The Adventures in Carneyland.
Yeah, Carneyland. That's it. And it's really good. I sat and watched the whole. I think it was 7 episodes in one night.
Mhm.
But Tyler was on there, and I didn't realize that he retired from pro wrestling. His last matches with NWA.
But you know what? You can't thank God for the kid that just died of cancer after suffering for 6 months. You can't thank God for the accident that just happened by a drunk driver running a red light and killing a family of 4. But you can't thank God that Tyrus retired. Thank you, Lord.
Right? Now he's on a talk show.
Oh yeah.
He's actually pretty good on that.
He's been a correspondent on Fox News, so that's the thing. He's been into politics, and he just popped up on NWA.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like not being on the screen because now I can pick my nose, flick it at the screen, and nobody gives a shit.
But do you realize something? Tyrus was the NWA World Champion. He held the same title that Terry Funk held. Harley Race, Ric Flair. What an insult to those guys!
Yeah, I
Holy
read
crap, on a
an article
gigantic
today.
stick.
No worse than David Arquette holding it.
Well, that's still. Well, he never held the NWA championship with the big gold globe belt. He was just
Oh, yeah,
WCW
right.
champion.
You're right.
Who?
What?
David Arquette.
It's a great documentary, though. You can't kill David Arquette, though.
Yeah, that was actually.
I read an article today about how Tyrus diminished the value of the NWA title.
Oh, man.
And you were right.
Yeah.
After Nick Aldis spent years trying to build it back up.
Yeah, there were fans and wrestlers upset about that. On like, you want to talk IWC? That Twitter that night, Twitter was like on fire everywhere. There were not any happy people about him getting that belt.
Right.
And he carried it for like 9 months.
Yeah,
9
and he
months?
still hadn't lost the weight. he still hadn't dropped a kid with his fat ass.
Yeah, but they were probably getting views just on people hoping he'd lose the title.
Damn.
Yeah. Could be. All right, let's get back to brass tacks there, Mark.
Well, I got to find out where I'm at my notes.
You were on the 1, 2, 3 kid versus Razor Ramon.
I never liked that match anyhow.
Both Hall of Famers.
Anyways, Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky. Kabuki Warriors offer to come out to be in her corner. Io says, no, I got this.
Terrible. This segment was terrible. It looked terrible. It was cheesy. I was waiting for English to be spoken, and then their lips move 5 minutes later. I mean, and it's my wife's people, and I love my wife and her people, but this was just terrible.
Damn, dude, I spit my drink out.
I was waiting for subtitles just so we could know what they were saying, and that's not BS or anything. I was like, all right, they're speaking Japanese, put subtitles down. Then they start speaking English. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, I didn't like this.
Like,
K9, was this a great segment for you?
What are you talking to?
I was talking to K9.
Oh.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You woke him up. He was knuckle deep, man.
It's the other benefit of not having a camera.
On which side picked out the biggest boogers.
He's asleep without his camera, not even picking boogers. He's just asleep. He's like, hey, what do you think?
I don't know. I think he was
what's going
knuckle
on?
deep.
The question was, did you like this segment that featured Io Sky and the Kabuki Warriors?
No.
Short and sweet.
They're great wrestlers, but let's leave it at that. They need
Right.
managers. They need a
Oh
mouthpiece.
my
I
god!
agree. Cook.
Absolutely pathetic.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Was that Al?
Yeah.
Yeah.
K9.
Back.
That's K9.
That booger's getting the best of him.
He was knuckle deep.
Oh my god! All right, so next we go to Io versus Perez. This wasn't a half bad match, to be honest. I
man.
really don't care for Perez at all, to be honest. And I'm really, really tired about Corey Graves pumping her ass.
We're back to Pornhub again. Back to Pornhub again.
What are we talking about here, Mark? We still talking about Raw?
Corey Graves blows so much smoke up her ass. It's not
Oh
even
my
funny.
god, man! God, I
Yeah,
know what you meant.
granted, the leeway into that wasn't great, but But
So,
Corey
how are you
Graves,
doing today, Bob?
Yeah.
The ending of the match was terrible. Why would the Kabuki
Yeah.
Warriors get on on side of the ring on that side if they were trying to help her instead of going around to where Perez was at? I mean, where
Raquel, yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that too. I absolutely thought the same thing. It's like if you're going to help, get the outside interference. Don't help in the match.
you know
But what
that
do we know?
that told me that okay, the Kabuki Warriors are turning heel. Period. There wasn't they weren't even shy about trying to plant those seeds. It was point blank. This is going to happen, and it leads up to what we eventually see backstage.
Yeah.
right?
You know what I'd rather see than that again? I'd rather go back in time and see Mae Young flash her tits again.
Oh,
Ooh.
You a sick man.
no, I would
Wow.
like to go back in time where Mae Young put tuna fish in her
Spandex?
in her
Yep.
crotch.
Yep.
And then ran and had to kind of do the what do you call that move where she's kind of
Bronco
Bronco
Buster.
Buster?
Bronco Buster to Kurt Angle. Yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to go back in time to when the babysitter would change my diapers a couple of years back.
A couple years back.
Well, Bob, I have good news for you. You only have to wait another couple of years at your age before they change your diapers again.
Hey, wait, that's no way to talk about K9 there. That's no way to talk about.
I was thinking the same thing. You must have read my mind.
Mm-mm.
No. All
Bob,
right,
check and see if Amazon delivers. Depends.
They do.
It depends.
They absolutely do. It depends.
Don't deliver somebody's remains if you ask for it.
Yeah. What's next?
So,
that was
an inter-
by the way, what Mark? That was a great match. The finish was shit. Yeah. All right, next match.
all right, fair enough. Next, we go to an interview with Jey Uso. LNA comes in and tell Jey Uso to get in line. Jey Uso pretty much told him, you get in line.
Yeah, you get in line or my dad will complain about it.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Uso is really kind of starting to become the Sami Zayn because it seems like no matter what's going on, he is in the middle of it. And speaking of Uso, real quick, Bob, Mark, have you guys watched Yellowstone?
No.
I have, but I just haven't watched the last few episodes.
One of the main characters, he's a black guy with a mustache, cowboy hat. I swear to God, he looks like Uso. Every time I'm watching, he does something. I'm like, come on, Us, why are you doing that?
Waiting for him to eat.
It's a great show, by the way.
It is. But yeah, I feel like they're just throwing, Uso in the middle of everything, like they were doing with Sami Zayn. It's almost like they're throwing shit to see what's going to stick with him. So they're just kind of interjecting him everywhere. Or am I way off?
No, I think you're dead on. Ooh,
I'm
yeah,
halfway
I
with
still-
you. I don't know the whole merch moving thing, and they're probably not going to put the belt back on until he gets in better shape. But I could see them. I don't know why they wouldn't do a less is more approach since he's more of an attraction now. You know what I'm saying? Since people are buying his stuff and everybody can't wait till he comes out. But here's the thing, and I know we'll get to that part later because that's part of the end of the show. But like Roman's probably not going to be there, and even if he is, it's going to be part time before he disappears. So you kind of got to fill that void that you just brought Roman back and keep Jey Uso relevant. But that's the whole point of that SummerSlam tag team match. So Roman giving them the rub in the tag match, like, hey, I took the spear for you, so we can win.
Well, and like I reported last week or the week before, Reigns is going to be off TV until right before SummerSlam because Survivor Series because he's out doing another movie. So I think you're dead on, George.
Yeah, because they actually have him on the. I think he has his own Clash in Paris poster, so they're not done with him yet, but he's definitely about to hit that break soon.
Yeah. All right, Mark.
All right, so next we go to Io Sky with the Kabuki Warriors. Definitely not on the same page because Asuka just ended up walking away in a huff.
No, Asuka pushes her, and then
I love that part.
Now, no, the part that I laughed my ass off was Asuka's partner's name again?
Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane literally ran off crying like a 14-year-old schoolgirl because of what's happening. Oh my God. I actually rewound that a few times and watched it because I thought it was so funny. It was so stupid it was funny.
Yeah,
you lost me at schoolgirl.
Asian schoolgirl at that.
Mm-hmm.
Let
me look up that subject real quick.
By our sponsor.
We can't do that in Florida no more.
I think that either get them a manager or keep them away from doing promos and just keep them in the ring.
Absolutely, 100%. You know what? They need somebody like me.
There you go.
Yeah, let me call Triple H real quick.
I'll send.
Wait.
Email.
Actually, you know who would have been a perfect manager for them? Sensational Sherry.
Yeah, she would have. Yeah, she would have.
Yeah.
Sherry would have been perfect for them.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
I miss Sherry.
Yep.
The Call Triple H segment is brought to you by Mountain Dew.
I like that.
Bob calls Triple H, sponsored by Mountain Dew. There we go. That's
Yes. Hello. Let me see real quick. It's Stephanie wearing panties.
Mountain Dew and Pornhub.
That's it.
Get some for each hand.
Get your bell on Pro Wrestling Podcast, brought to you by Pornhub and Mountain Dew.
I like it.
We're probably going to get in trouble just mentioning Mountain Dew.
Uh-oh.
No, all right, Mark.
All right, so let's see. Oh, Maxine versus Becky.
Okay. This was just absurd to me. Bob Cook, were you throwing shit at your TV when Maxine had Becky in the corner and she was throwing those punches?
Yeah, those punches like Dustin Rhodes. Holy crap. Clearly, like I said, she learned how to punch from Devon Dudley, who has that horrible punch your own wrist. Oh, God.
I mean, it looked like she was trying to just swat flies away.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Terrible.
She wasn't brushing Becky's hair.
You know what's sad?
The match. If you go back and even watch the match, there was the point of the match where Maxine was trying to put on, trying to do the ankle lock, right? And Becky Lynch was supposed to kick her off, and Maxine was supposed to go ahead and do her little flip that she did. Well, what really happened was she lost her balance and let Becky Lynch go, and then just out of nowhere decides to throw herself back to do the flip. And I'm like, what? It was terrible. I know that there's botches, people are perfect, but this was just so bad. So bad.
He's not working enough on the wrestling.
But there was a lot of scenes in that match where Pornhub would have been really proud of.
Oh God.
He's not here.
Yeah, that's
No,
good.
he's definitely not here.
Okay, now what you think about this match between Becky Lynch and Maxine?
Well, it's like this. Becky Lynch has gone a little nuts, which is good. But overall, it could have been better.
Yeah. I'm really surprised in this world that we live in where everything is offensive that Becky Lynch hasn't been a target of making her change her last name.
Change her last name to what?
I don't know, but Becky Lynch, the whole Lynch thing, surprised that they've not.
Why
Culture
would
canceled
they
her?
do that? Why would
Because
she get culture?
lynching.
We live in a world of cancel culture where everything is offensive. The whole last
So
name Lynch.
I will say this.
So, go ahead.
I will say this. The way the WWE is being run right now, I don't know what's true or what not about Vince, but he needs to be back at the helm. That's just my opinion. In my opinion, it went to shit after he left.
The thing is this. Vince, he is the greatest booker of bookers because of where he got WWE. The fact that the whole Attitude Era really, raised things up for WWE. The problem with Vince McMahon, though, was after the Attitude Era, once they decided to go to PG, he was just very out of touch with what people wanted in professional wrestling. And that was his problem. If Vince came back, I think that he could do a lot of good, but I don't think that he should just have the power of the whole show, because I think it would go backwards.
I don't know. I have to disagree with that.
I think you guys are crazy because I think Vince is still involved. You don't think Triple H is calling him up and saying, "Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that?"
No, he's not.
No.
He wants to be he wants to be away from that shadow of Vince McMahon.
Yeah, but he's not doing it in
couldn't-
front of everybody. I think he's having private conversations with Vince.
I don't think he is. I don't think he is because he couldn't do it while Vince McMahon was in charge. He's not going to do it when he's got full control of everything.
No,
Not to mention, you don't think Vince McMahon's ego is so big that if that was happening, you really think that he'd keep his mouth shut?
Hell no, he wouldn't.
Right. He would.
Yeah, he would show up by now.
Oh yeah. You know what I think? Honestly, I think Vince was involved with Hulk Hogan's deal that he was starting. I forgot what they called it. I think he was probably the money behind it.
Oh, where they want to do that real wrestling?
Yes.
Yeah. Which they're still moving forward to. I think August 30th or the 31st is their first event.
That's still going to go on even without Hogan, huh?
Yep.
That's cool. I get that. He'd want it to go on anyway.
Yep.
Well, the show must go on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I am so curious about it because, look, amateur wrestling, and that's essentially what it's going to be for myself, is boring as hell. So I would like to. I'm curious to see how they would interject the storylines and how all of that would take place.
I think it's going to be good.
Yep. I don't think they have a TV deal with anyone yet, though, do they?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
They'd probably do something. They'd probably do something with YouTube or do like a pay-per-view thing or something like that. I don't think they have a TV deal.
Right.
They'll probably get one though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eric Bischoff can get a TV deal. I'm sure he can do that.
Really? Because he couldn't get one for WCW.
That's because at the time, dealing with AOL, they pretty much had him blacklisted. They just didn't like him, and AOL was very powerful back then.
Yeah, that's because he wasn't under Turner. Yeah.
Right.
I don't think they liked wrestling at all.
No.
No, they didn't at all.
Nope. Because not soon after they took over, what happened? WCW was going down the tubes.
Right. Well, WCW was going down the tubes before they took over. I mean, they were having
Yeah.
some serious problems. I mean, you have Eric Bischoff blaming Vince Russo. Vince is blaming Eric. Kevin Nash is blaming everybody basically. So ultimately, I think that there was more than one component that ended WCW.
Is
And then,
my mic on?
Yeah.
you know, was that?
Is my mic on?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
turned it
we
up
can hear
when
you.
my dog started barking. What really killed TBS or WCW was the power that Ted Turner lost. Once Ted Turner was out, that was it. That was a death
Yes.
knell.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Ted
agree
had the power when
100%.
Ted had the voting, whatever, when he was the big leader, wrestling would have stayed until he died.
But let me ask you this, Bob. As bad as WCW, and again, yeah, we can blame AOL for them losing the television stuff, right? But we can't blame AOL for just the terrible writing that was happening at WCW towards the end. I mean, it just got ridiculous. It was terrible. Do you think that they could have overcame that and got their audience back?
Yep, because that's the way wrestling works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Exactly.
Vince did, and I mean, he lost it during the Monday Night Wars, and he got it back.
Yep. Sure
It
did.
depends on who you ask about that because there was, I think, Bruce Pritchard. It's either Bruce Pritchard or who's the guy that actually went to AEW again and came up with the whole Blackpool.
William Regal.
Regal?
Yeah, it's either Bruce Pritchard or William Regal who said that they really weren't on the verge of shutting the doors. That was a little bit exaggerated. So I don't know.
I think didn't AOL put in their own people though at the top, and a lot of stuff had to go through them guys to get approved.
They did, but again, it was the writing. WCW started to really go downhill even before the AOL merger. The AOL merger was just the final nail in that coffin.
Yeah, but most of us are still watching just to see the shit show.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what?
WCW does mismanagement, bad creative.
lot of it-
like it wasn't just ownership.
A lot of it really boils down to whether the people in charge like wrestling or not. The reason
Right.
USA Network lost WWE years ago and it went to Spike TV is because whoever took over USA didn't like wrestling. And then when someone took over again years later, they liked wrestling and it was back.
Yeah.
Speaking of USA,
Or maybe not necessarily liked wrestling, but they see the value in it. There is a difference. But
yeah. Now speaking of the
Yeah.
USA Network, you know that SmackDown kind of so USA and Hulu kind of split apart. That's why SmackDown is no longer on Hulu anymore. But I have a feeling that they're going to be going back here because WWE is doing work with someone else who's big time affiliated with Hulu. So I think the whole USA, because USA is involved in that as well. I think that fences are being mended, which would be great for those who are bitching about the PLEs going to ESPN, because if you have Hulu, you actually have access to ESPN at that point.
Right.
But you got to pay for it.
You know,
I had Hulu
Yeah,
and never
all-
had ESPN. What is that? That's a next tier up, right?
yeah, because like
Yeah, I was about to say it's all together in the same bundle.
'Cause I don't
package
give
and
a
stuff if you
shit
do it that
about-
way.
yeah.
I don't give a shit about real sports.
Yeah, because I have
It's all the game. It's all the work.
yeah. So
Well, I don't believe that, but I don't care
the
about it.
streaming service that I have, can't remember the name of it. It starts with an S.
Sling?
Yeah, I have Sling. Well, I have ESPN because of Sling, so I'm going to be able to watch those PLEs. It won't cost me anything extra.
I
And
thought
that-
it was ESPN Plus that those things were on.
There's two things. So ESPN is just like their direct to customer thing. A consumer thing is their $29.99 streaming service. If you have cable or TV or whatever, and you access ESPN through those, and they're in your market with that package of ESPN, and if you pay for that extra, if you get all of that with TV, you're going to get the PLEs on just off of having TV because you have ESPN.
Right.
The
And
simple
other than that,
solution is
Yeah.
3 letters: VPN Netflix around the world, forget ESPN, the middle finger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can
Get a
you can
nice
watch all of it.
VPN. The money you don't waste on Peacock anymore can go towards the VPN. And if you already got Netflix, you get everything.
They're
Yeah.
going to lose a lot of viewers over
Pretty
that.
much.
I
Yeah,
disagree
there's
about that because I remember when the WWE Network started, and now you have to pay that $10.
That was awesome.
It
That
was
was.
a lot of people were bitching about the fact that not only did you have to pay the $10.99, but you also had to pay for that pay-per-view. And people were saying at that point that they were going to stop watching. Well, guess what? That never happened. I think that there may be a few people initially may not pay the $29.99 to watch these PLEs, but I'd be willing to bet that they're going to come back because professional wrestling, if you are a professional wrestling fan, knowing that you're missing these PLEs and pay-per-views, for some, they don't like that. They want to be able to kind of know what's going on.
Well,
The
if you
thing is-
cut back on a case of beer and a pack of cigarettes, you'll be okay.
Well, the thing is too, when the WWE channel started, they didn't charge extra for the pay-per-views. It was
Right.
straight.
It was great.
$9.99.
Yep.
Yeah,
I saw
Right.
a lot of remarks the other day on the WWE Facebook page, their official page, and everyone said they weren't watching it. They weren't going to spend that money.
I'm sure. But like Bob brought up actually to me when this first happened, WWE won't care because they're
Yep.
making money regardless. I mean, look, back in the day, and I was just talking about this with someone. One of the reasons why ECW lost their deal with, I think it was TNA or TNT, was because
Spike.
it was
TNN Spike, yeah.
back then the promotion actually had to pay the network for them to be on. Now it's opposite. The network is paying the promotions to
Right.
have their stuff shown on their network. So, and that's good and bad. It's good in the sense that, okay, our favorite wrestling companies, we know they're not going under. They have those type of deals because they're getting paid millions, if not billions of dollars. But it's bad for the fans in the sense of we could scream all we want that we're going to boycott it. They don't care because they're getting their $1 billion.
They'll care in the long run when the viewership is way down and they're not making money on merchandise and all the other shit too, including live shows. Plus, they're pricing themselves out of live shows too.
Yeah.
I mean, $5,000 for a WrestleMania seat is fucking ridiculous.
I agree, but right now people are paying for it. So,
and they're stupid because here's the thing: if people stop paying these gouging prices, they will eventually come back down because they're going to see that people aren't going to do it. So the people that are paying it are stupid.
Right.
And you heard it from me first.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, either that or they have a lot of money.
And stupid.
Like the guy.
Yeah, but normally wrestling fans are normally your blue collar workers, man. They don't have that type of money.
Are you saying that's stupid?
Yes.
Oh,
I already did. I said it. They're stupid.
It's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark, let's get to that main event. I think.
No, we're not at the main event yet.
Uh-oh.
You guys have been lollygagging so long. I had to turn the lights on.
We jumped ship for a while.
All right, so we go to Seth and his crew. Seth's kind of pumping them up and then says, well, you guys got this. I'm out. All right, now to catch up here. Bailey in her first AA meeting.
Yeah, this promo tells me that we're going to see a heel Bailey. She's saying that everything she's doing has led basically to nothing. She's never felt like this. Blah blah blah. And then as you're about to say, Laura or Valkyra, basically she was like, yeah, whatever, fuck off.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm tired of the poor pity me, Bailey.
Right.
So, all right. So next we go to.
We call that the Bret Hart segment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Although I do have one thing, if anyone from WWE is watching, next time you do a promo like this with Bailey, please stop spanning really close to her face because no one wants to see that.
Right.
Can we see? Yeah, those close-ups, the HD. Yeah, come on. Can I say something about Bret Hart real quick?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
You know, I was a nothing and a loser in wrestling, but I appreciated every second I had. Suck on that, Bret Hart.
Yeah, and you were not in nothing because every person that I talked to on my interviews, some of them who's done very well, some could be considered legends. They have nothing but great things to say about you, Bob.
Well, you know, old wrestlers drink a lot.
Ain't that the truth?
You know what? We actually talked about you. Me and Ronnie talked about you actually, and we were talking about wrestlers from back in the day that we were really drawn to, and your name was absolutely the names that came up. So
share those drugs with me if you don't mind.
God damn it! I said you were fucking good and deal with it.
Yeah. But anyways, I just want to make a point. My position in wrestling, I understood it, but I also appreciate it. And Bret Hart was given everything, and don't think his father's name didn't help him get some of it. He didn't appreciate a goddamn thing. And on the death of the legendary Hulk Hogan, who was more of a man and a wrestler than Bret Hart ever will be, he dogs the Hulkster as opposed and makes it all about himself.
Yep.
Well,
what an asshole.
Let me play devil's advocate and ask you this, because this whole new situation with Bret Hart was they said they had a seat for him front row. He got there. They said, sorry, we don't. Let me play devil's advocate. If you would have flown all the way from Canada to wherever SummerSlam was at, you spent your money to go there, and you get
He
there.
didn't, though. I guarantee you they paid him to go. They paid his way, and they gave him a payoff, or he wouldn't have been there. And he's lying if he says otherwise.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep, I'm pretty sure they flew him in, and yeah.
And knowing Kevin Nash, he wouldn't have flew there by himself. They paid his way. They asked him to be there because it's clout. It's clout. Here's legendary Kevin Nash. Here's a legendary Bret Hart. We're going to give you a payoff. It's like the Hall of Fame. I love the Hall of Fame, but they pay the guys to go in.
Yeah.
Speaking of, if you guys haven't read my article that I wrote about Kevin Nash and his journey to say goodbye to Hulk Hogan, check it out.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's entertaining. I mean, his trip included a storm, having to change clothes at Five Brothers, or whatever it's called, the hamburger joint. It included him back
Five Guys.
It included accidentally backing into a police car, which at that point caused him to urinate on himself. Yeah, great story.
I always liked Kevin Nash. He was always cool.
Yeah.
He didn't go through nearly what I went through today.
Yeah.
Coming over the Mississippi River, I got pounded rain. I almost slid off the fucking bridge.
We're going back to Pornhub again?
Yes.
Oh, you said rain.
It got I heard pounded and rain.
Yeah. That's a new fetish.
All right, Mark.
Pounded in the rain.
All right.
Instead of singing in the rain, you're getting pounded in the rain.
Hey, you're getting cleaned off while you're doing it.
Did the referee know to finish?
No, he's not supposed to. That's on the fly.
We're definitely going to get banned.
The money shot.
Oh, man.
That's the new name of the show.
Yeah, hey, Kevin, hey, and by the KG, Kevin Nash didn't go to Five Brothers, because if he would, he wouldn't have had a wallet when he left.
Oh, I get it, brothers.
Yeah. All right. So about this 1-2-3 kid versus
I don't know. Kevin's a pretty big guy. Kevin's a pretty big guy. It had to be some pretty big brothers. Well, I guess a gun could make a difference.
Huge difference.
Hold on now. The funeral's in Florida. I wouldn't worry about the brothers. I'd worry about the Hispanics.
Yeah, Florida's a mixed bag, right?
Yeah, so
we got alligator Alcatraz now. We got alligator Alcatraz.
If we weren't getting banned before, that comment is definitely thanks, Mark. You're white. You can't say things like that. Only the black guy can. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to get cancel culture now, aren't I?
We have to get rules.
Oh, okay. Well, nobody sent me the fucking rules.
Why?
When KG said two white guys and a black guy in the group chat, I said, "Damn, Bob's black."
Hello. I can't even get a tan. What are you talking about?
All right, Mark, let's finish this
All
up.
right, so then we go to Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie's kind of worried about her upcoming match in Paris. Since what the hell's her name?
Naomi.
Naomi's not cleared to wrestle right now. Rhea comes out, wonders if Io Sky can actually trust the Kabuki Warriors. Io thought she's playing head games until her mind her own damn business, pretty much.
Did you hear that pop that Rhea got, man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just when the camera panned over to her, it's like, yeah.
She's got something I'd like to pop.
Whoa.
I think that was popped a long time ago.
Sounds like something I would say.
All right.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a camera right now.
Exactly.
Right. He's knuckle deep somewhere else. All right, so next we go to the main event. CM
Thank
Punk,
God.
LA Knight versus Bronson and Reed. Or Braun and Bronson.
Yeah.
Clearly,
The Braun
they didn't
Braun.
get. Clearly, they didn't get the WCW memo from back in the day, which was no matching tights. Dave Penzi used to have to go around and make sure no one had matching tights. They all wore black in that match.
So the match ultimately ended the way you expect it to end. You have Jey Uso getting involved, which now means that
No, Seth got involved first, and then Jey Uso came
Uso
out.
got involved, right, which means we're having a 4-way for the title
Without Sami Zayn.
without Sami Zayn. And Seth didn't like it. Then eventually the faces in the ring started fighting amongst one another, which left the door open for Seth and his boys to come in and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, and they did.
Yep.
They tore their asses up.
Yep.
Well, back to Pornhub again.
Have they ever came out with the official name for this group?
No, not that I know of.
I think they called it Division again on like Bronson Reed called it Division on Twitter, and like they've called it Division last week, but they haven't officially made it the name.
Let's say the Borsum Foursome.
I think I think it's gonna be called a Vision. They're just trying to like ease it in so they can't.
Well, come on, let's get the copyrights for Vision Quest.
Well,
like
I still say because of what Bronson Reed's doing, they should fire Paul Heyman and have Tony Atlas be their manager.
Oh, jeez.
No,
That's
we don't want to
true.
get Tony sniffing shoes.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite part of the night was?
When it was
The
over?
CM Punk told Paul Heyman he wanted to slap both of his chins.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
That was funny.
I love that.
Yeah. So does this match that's going to happen? I think in Paris. Does this excite you for this PLE?
The fact that Punk and everybody else was laid out in the ring shows me that maybe Seth's not going to win.
No, because that only happens if that would have happened for
The go home show.
Go home show. You'd be right, but we're not there yet.
no.
So, and there's no way they're taking this title off of Seth right now. None.
There's no reason to.
Right.
Other than
Right.
it's Seth,
Right.
and he sucks.
Yeah, maybe for you, but
What?
he put asses in seats.
I don't know. In Iowa maybe, but
No,
I don't see how Seth puts anybody anywhere.
there's a reason why.
sleep.
There's a
I
reason
agree.
why Seth Rollins is a heel, and people still sing his song.
Because it's catchy.
Because the fans are sheep and they're just used to it. That's the real reason. But
Yeah, Seth
let's
Rollins
not go
was the
there.
best when they were
Thank
the
you.
Yeah.
But you know something? We were talking about WWE pricing themselves out of the market and different things. They were in a 17,000 plus seat arena last night and only had 10,000. I get it. They had a big stage, but that stage wouldn't have been as big if the demand for tickets would have been higher.
Well,
Facts.
if you notice, and I'm surprised they even did this band shot, but they did, and you can see the very, very top rows in that arena was darked out with all the seats emptied.
And that goes back to what I was saying. You go back to the
Right.
late 80s, early 90s, Vince was freaking packing 40 and 50,000 seat arenas just for Monday Night Raw.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't think TKO is broke by any means, But at the same time, the money they spent on WWE, they want to make that money back plus then some. And TKO, they're a greedy group. I mean, we knew what the prices are just to go see UFC in person. And I think that that's the mistake they're making is they're trying to create a fan base that is the same fan base for things like UFC. And believe it or not, that's a two totally different fan base. The people that go to Vegas to see UFC, these are guys with money, celebrities, and stuff like that. Your average wrestling fan is a blue collar worker, unless it's things like SummerSlam that draws in the celebrities. Other than that, they're going to fail as far as their live events because of the cost of the tickets.
Exactly. And I hope they do just so to show them what assholes they are.
And you know what the worst part about this $1 billion deal here and this $1 billion deal there? It doesn't trickle down to the boys.
No,
They're not gonna go, hey, we just signed a $1.6 billion deal, another $5 billion deal with Netflix. By the way, you're gonna get an extra $100,000 in your paychecks. I'll guarantee you that ain't happening.
Maybe $100.
Yeah.
Their contract ain't changing. They've already signed the contract. They ain't changing the pay on it.
And
Kevin wrote or had an article about that too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was bringing up. That's what I was going to ask you guys. And I use Sami Zayn as the example. When he first came into the business with NXT, he was only signed to $35,000 a year contract. Right now, it's reported he's making about $550,000 a year. Now, the lowest paid WWE superstar is about $350,000, which that's not that big of a difference if you really think about it in the realms of like WWE. And the question I asked was this. The amount of money that WWE pays like Sami Zayn, is that a reflection of, you're a mid-carder, but we're never going to put the title on you because if you're a guy that we see as a champion, we'd be paying you more money?
Who knows how they look at it? I don't know how they look at it.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a hard one.
I think they
to
just
gauge.
offer the guy a contract and he goes, "Okay, I'll take it." Beats delivering newspapers.
You don't think that's a reflection of how they really view, though?
Oh, probably, yeah.
It is, but I mean, is Jey Uso getting that type of money too? Like, where is he at? Because he's one of the top merch sellers. Does that mean he's getting like Roman Reigns money, or is he getting Jey Uso money? Like,
right.
How do you measure that? Like, CM Punk's getting a lot of money because it's CM Punk. Roman's getting a lot of money.
Yeah, but they're not. That's just a base salary. That's not including merchandise. That's not including
right. But that's what.
payoffs.
I'm taking out all of that. I'm just saying, like, where does that put them? Like, if that's the case, Jey Uso was just champion. Does his pay change, or is he just Jey Uso? Like,
wow,
Sami Zayn's
never.
Sami Zayn's never been a champion, but he's technically main evented a WrestleMania.
So
but his pay probably hasn't changed. So how do they gauge who they're paying that much money?
Right, you're right, because right now, as of 2024, it's reported that Jey Uso is only making $350,000 a year base pay, which is the lowest there is. If they
I'd
put
be happy with that.
So yeah, absolutely.
I also don't believe everything I read on the internet.
Well, I mean, there's that as well.
We don't know. We're not in the financial office of WWE looking at people's paychecks.
Because if we were, I'd get a raise.
Right, and that's why I say it's supposedly.
Back to Pornhub.
It's very true. I don't know if
Florida's only making $350,000. That's a slap in the face because he's a 14-time world champion for them guys.
Who?
You mean tag team?
No, Jey Uso. Oh yeah, 14. Yeah, tag team. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the longest tag title reign, which they decided to do that for him. So
I honestly believe though that WWE looks down upon their tag team talent, which that's back in the day they were huge on the tag teams, but it seems like now in today's world they kind of look down on their tag team division. That's why we only have who we have.
Yeah, that reminds me of that.
Yep. I'm not sure. But hey, guys, I also want to let everyone know that this will be the last podcast until a week from Tuesday. As myself, K9 included, we're going to be in Vegas for the 59th annual CAC reunion. Now, K9 and I will be doing podcasts from there. I'm speaking of our regular weekly, podcast that we have doing the recaps of Raw and SmackDown and Dynamite. Once we get back, we'll start doing that again.
File for your unemployment, guys.
But while we're in Vegas, Kate and I, we're going to be doing a lot of podcasts from on the fly. I'm going to be going live here and there, talking to different people who are there. I'm hoping to be able to get a 3-minute interview with Mick Foley and with Natalia, amongst other people, Jimmy Hart. Cross my fingers.
Jimmy might not be there.
Oh, really? Okay.
I talked to him last night. He said the WWE hasn't confirmed they're sending him yet.
Okay. There's going to be other great legends there as well.
Oh boy, yes, there are.
Yeah.
You want to get one with Natalia?
Yes, that's what.
Talk to Bob Orton Jr.
Of course.
I'm hoping to do that as well.
I'll get him. Yep. I know Bob well.
Yeah. Okay. That's why you're on a podcast, man. You have connections.
One thing. Oh, gee. Now, one thing I want to do is right after their matches, I'm going to send them over to the podcast so we can interview them about how they felt in their match.
That's going to be awesome.
Because most of these guys have never been on the fly before.
Right.
A lot of them don't even know what the hell it is.
Right.
So it should be good because I'll be doing all the interviews before they get into the match.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll come back. We'll sit with you. We'll talk. We'll watch the matches and
right.
go over. We can go over play by play if you want. Whatever you want to do.
Yep.
We'll have a legend sit in with us to do a play by play. But I'm telling you now, if whoever's listening, if you're a wrestler, a manager, a referee, a valet, an announcer, you need to be part of On the Fly because you're going to be in front of promoters from all over the world, and you never know what can come out of that. You will never get another shot like that anywhere else. This is the cool thing about On the Fly, the Cauliflower Alley Club, and I want to really announce, because a lot of people know that I've been helping with organization and recruiting, but this is hosted by the Super Beast and Sin Bodhi. Some of you might know him as Kazarni. But This is a great event. We did it last year, and I do believe we've got double the amount of wrestlers we had last year already.
Right.
It's going to be amazing.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, K9, but isn't this going to be the first year that is actually going to be broadcast, besides our podcast, it's going to be broadcast live on YouTube, on one of the YouTube channels?
I didn't hear that. I don't think it's going to be live. I think because they filmed it and then they edited it.
Okay, because I read something about it. Okay.
Yeah, and hopefully it comes out sooner than it did last year because it took 10 months to get that out, and it's like, I've been it should have taken 2 months, if that, But I understand, there's no pay involved, but still, if you're going to do it, and the guy that does it, David, is really cool dude. So we're going to probably be mic'd up with him too.
Okay. Yeah. Looking forward to it, man. This could be some good stuff. So be watching for us to go live periodically during this event. Until then, guys, anyone has anything to, promote?
Yes.
Go ahead.
September 5th in Tampa. Actually, it's going to be in Haines City, Florida. Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling will be taking stage right there. We're going to it's going to be a freaking nightmare of a show because everybody's going to get their act. It's just going to be huge. It's going to be epic. And I didn't mean nightmare in a bad way because it's going to be badass. So I'm
going to be there.
I don't remember exactly where in Haines City, but Google it. Get on Facebook. Put up Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling. You'll see exactly where it is. You got to come to one of their shows because it's phenomenal. I'll be there commentating for TV. For Triller TV, part of Fight TV. I think it's changed to Fight TV, changed to Triller TV is if I remember correctly. But it's going to be badass. MMA Pro Wrestling is one of the indie promotions that need to be watched because it is run professionally and the workers that come in there are phenomenal.
I'll be there.
And while you're doing this,
by the way, I'm just kidding about that.
While you're doing color commentary, while you're doing color for this, It's gonna be a Triller TV. You need to figure out a way to drop the podcast. You know, a little cheap plug.
I can do that. I can do that.
That'd be awesome.
Definitely. I'm
Just,
definitely.
just make sure you don't say just Get Your Bell Rung. It's Get Your Bell Rung Pro Wrestling Podcast. There is a Get Your Bell Rung, and it's a football thing.
It'll definitely be a cheap. It'll definitely be a cheap plug because you're not paying them to do it.
Yeah, right.
But I am a co-host, so it might be a little less cheap than normal.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I got to promote myself.
There you go. That wraps up our podcast tonight, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I bring in great guests all the time. Plus, you get all the reviews, recaps, and entertainment that we bring into your life. Until then, you guys have a great week.
Have a good trip.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
What time? I'll see you this weekend. I'll be flying in Saturday.
Yep, we're leaving tomorrow or Thursday. We're driving there.
Oh, you're driving?
Yep, love
Cool.
driving. So
Heck yeah.
have a good one, guys.